Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another video for you guys. We're going to be doing a podcast discussion today with a few of my friends here from YouTube. The podcast is going to be on the Anime Awards from Crunchyroll. Yeah, and then we have Cait, our only female, but that's still great that we have you. Not a lot of female anime reviewers online.
Oh my God,
I noticed that, and I was just like, why? We need more feminism on this YouTube shtick.
Yeah, so we're glad that you're here with us, and you do.
I'm glad to be here too.
Yeah, you do reviews of all types, right? You do anime and music and
yeah, I do anime, music, movies. Trying to get into books, but that's slow going.
Can someone pronounce that? There you go.
That's the first one.
From Attack on Titan. And Imawa no Shinigami from Descending Stories, Showa Genroku, Rakugo Shingu, Season 2.
You could have just called it From Wakugo.
And most people just call it Rakugo because that's easier.
Yes, I know.
Also, do you know that I actually captured it in my Crunchyroll Anime Awards video that I did. They had actually written wrong when under peace sign for My Hero Academia. They had written series Attack on Titan Season 2. I'm not joking. It actually said Attack on Titan Season 2, but My Hero Academia for a little bit. They changed it. But
Crunchyroll screwed up.
Yep.
Wow.
I think a lot of people got turned off Recreators because they thought it was turning into like harem because there was a male and a protagonist and then other female characters sort of started walking around him. But it's not harem.
That's what a lot of people thought at the beginning. But then everyone thought it was like, oh no, this main character guy's a bitch. So like, he didn't do anything. I try to implement like doing both the visual aspect and also like the audio from it. Like I mean
that's important to it.
Adds to it.
From my experience from watching My Hero Academia, the visuals of the openings are absolutely stunning. Mm-hmm. But for each of the songs that they put into it, I'm just kind of like, meh.
Well, the music is not bad. It's just kind of like...
No, it's not bad. It's
just like all hype music. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like I can imagine going to the gym and just listening to the openings on my...
See, the thing is, I like any music.
I think that the problem for Hero Academia is that none of the openings for the second season is as good as the first season opening.
Mm. Oh yeah, the first season ones, they were pretty hype.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're just gonna get not worse, but more blah.
I mean, they're trying to match. I mean, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it sound like super great because like My Hero Academia is basically almost based off American comics. So I think that's what they're trying to do.
True. What did you vote for, Cait?
I voted for Shadow and Truth from Aka because after going over every single nominated opening, I liked that one the best visually and
take another cigarette.
It just sounds like the opening really matched the visuals, and I do like the jazz.
And it also like when it's like internals, like it has like the theme of it with like the cigarettes and all that, like for the main character. I also like that part. It was like, oh, it matches the series itself.
Yeah, bada bing, bada boom. You got a perfect opening right there.
You know, it's a hero anime, so let's make it into a hero opening, I guess you can say.
I can argue that My Hero Academia was probably what Big Hero 6 from Disney was supposed to be.
Probably.
Just with a lot more characters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Big hero of thousands of heroes.
Yeah.
Big Hero 20.
There are a lot of season 2s being nominated, even for just average categories.
Because they have their own community already, like from season 1. So like everyone's hyped because of season 2.
So, like,
I mean, I understand that, but that just it steals away from the new anime.
Yeah,
I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah, I think that season 2s and like long continuing shows should have like their own categories or just be excluded in favor of new shows.
Yeah, because there are a lot of new shows that deserve to be noted. Yet,
like March comes in like a lion.
I mean,
oh my god!
Well,
Like I said in my
go
video on my channel, I've said like popular does not mean good. So, like
yeah.
it really
I mean,
hurts.
talk about last year with Yuri on Ice being like
exactly.
the winner
Yeah,
of
and I love
everything.
Yuri on Ice, but man, whew.
But, oh my god, when they voted like best ending Yuri on Ice, I don't even remember the ending to that show because the song was just so bland and average.
Yeah, but that's because it's like when we got to the slice. I'll just this is a little spoiler for when we come to Slice of Life. But in the Slice of Life list, there's only one of them that I have watched, and because I've only watched that, I could only vote for that because I know nothing of the others. But
oh my god, same here.
That defeats the purpose, and that's what happened with Yuri on Ice last year. A lot of people had only watched Yuri on Ice, so they could only vote Yuri on Ice.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the problem. I'll just say right away, I just don't watch endings, so I don't really remember any of them. So I just have no opinion. I can't vote.
I try to watch the ending about 3 times, and then I start skipping them whenever I'm watching a lot of anime.
You know it's a good ending when you actually listen to the ending all the way to the end.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That happens.
You know it's a good ending if you're willing to listen to it.
That's a good point. Someone pronounced that Ishukan Communication from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Kobayashi.
Sorry. Gosh, butchering these names. Can someone say that name?
Kobayashi?
No, the next
Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Harambe.
Yeah, Kiramaku Hamambe from Land of the Illustrious. How about you, Cait? Who'd you vote for?
Honestly, as much as I'm a fan of March Comes In Like a Lion, like every opening and ending was not a disappointment. But I went with Behind from Just Because
listen, I didn't watch
that was a beautiful ending. Like before I dropped Just Because of how repetitive it got, like I would actually listen to the ending from beginning to end.
I actually did not watch Just Because.
I dropped it.
I've seen it.
Episode because it was so boring to me.
Oh, it got repetitive in the middle of the series, so I just like dropped it. Like,
I literally watched the first episode and I was like, "This is super generic," and I was like, "Goodbye."
No, it started out promising.
I did.
You got to give it a 3-episode rule.
I did. I mean, I went to like episode 8 or 9 or something, and then it just got like, oh, for Pete's sake. One of the female leads is so annoying. I cannot stand her.
I mean, if you got into like episode 9 out of 12, then you might as well finish it.
I finished it.
I am not risking my time.
Well, each episode became a thing where they'll show you the background story, and if you were watching the background story, you knew he was going to die that episode.
Or just die whenever.
That's like the most popular anime trope. It's like, oh, you watch this tragic backstory, and guess what? Like, slash.
You did. Yeah. But when it comes to like watching anime and like wasting time, I have like a principle where I don't follow the 3-episode rule. I stake out like which anime I think I want to watch, and then I watch them through to the end, whether they're good or bad. I don't watch 3 episodes and quit in anything or something. I go all in.
The only time I ever did that was for Love and Lies, and I regret my decision. Like this past season, like the fall season, I felt like I was dropping anime like flies. Because there were just a lot of shows where I was just like, oh, they looked promising, but then when I get towards like the middle or like the first quarter, I'm like, okay, it's going nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
As much as I want to say March Comes In Like a Lion season 2, but I do believe it's going to be Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid because almost everyone and their mother knows what that show is. And I'm just sitting here like, it's the new, not Yuri on Ice, but it's like, there was like another like Moe type show that was like really, really popular last year, but I don't remember.
New game?
No.
Maybe. I don't think so.
It was probably a new game.
Like, why is it that every single year there's got to be that one Moe Blob show that everyone has to watch, even if it's bad? Like,
Not
they just have to watch it.
Not a Moe fan.
I like Moe.
Oh no, what really did it for me was like, God damn it, I can't even remember now because I'm like, I remember when I first started watching this.
You have suppressed the memory.
Yeah, I've suppressed the memory because I realized that if you put Moe on anime poster, it's gonna lead to two things. One, very bland slice of life, or two, very disgusting fan service.
Silent voice.
Silent voice.
A silent voice only because you can hate me for this. I still have not seen Your Name.
Oh god,
I've seen it.
Anything from Kyoto Animation is pretty good.
Oh, duh.
Kyoto Animation's amazing. God.
I couldn't in good conscience put in any vote because I haven't watched any of those because movies.
Like, has anyone seen Violet Evergarden that's airing this season from Kyoto
Yes.
Animation? It's so beautiful.
I've heard that it's beautiful, but the series itself is kind of, the story and characters are kind of bland.
Okay, we need to talk after this about, like, the series. Like, oh my god.
No, we just got started with Violet Evergarden, so don't, like, dish it.
I'm not, but after all this, we need to talk about it more.
Speaking of best film, anybody seen the Pokemon movie?
Oh my god, I still have that too.
I didn't know when it was gonna come out, and I didn't care that much. Like, that's all I can say. I didn't care.
You know,
people were mad because Pikachu talks.
Oh
really?
yeah, I remember that.
What the heck?
That's the only thing people were saying that.
Don't
listen. I lost all.
Sorry.
And no one gets mad for Meowth or Mewtwo talking. I mean,
well, Meowth talking is sort of a running thing that's been there from the beginning.
Yeah, so like we're okay with it.
And he even has his own backstory.
At least Meowth had a backstory.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
It was to impress a hot cat.
well,
Yeah.
Can I also say, like, the story plotline for Your Name, it's like very generic when you really think about it. But with Silent Voice, it's like a different story that not many people want to talk about. So it's like I love that aspect of it too.
Well, yeah, you gotta consider like, how much of an epidemic is like deafness in Japan?
Yeah.
Like in comparison to other countries, you gotta also consider that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that information?
Not really, no. But after watching that book, I mean, have you really like watched anime? I mean, how many deaf characters or like you have more blind characters than you do deaf characters in anime?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's true. And Inuyasha. Thank you.
or as some people called it by mistake, Inuyasha.
Inuyasha is a classic.
That's what I read it as when I saw it the first time. I was like, wait, are we adapting Inuyasha?
Yeah. You just see the first 3/4 of the word and you just go, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because that looks like another like
it just
fantasy,
looked like a generic magic anime.
Yeah, it looks like another like magic harem type thing, and I was just like, "Oh my god, who gets sucked into that?" We just lost Servant.
Yeah, I just got the message. He was kicked off his computer because it crashed. He'll be back soon, he says. So we just have to keep the show going.
If there's one thing I'm going to mention about Pop Team Epic is that you really need the mindset of memes in order to watch that show, which obviously I do not have.
I love it.
There you go. We're back live.
We on? Are we air?
Hope you're doing our little semi-break.
Yeah, semi-break. We got 2 videos now going on. This is the second live feed of the podcast discussion on Crunchyroll Awards. I think you guys ended with best score, so I guess
we're talking about it. Basically, Made in Abyss and Ancient Magus' Bride had were contesting, but mostly Made in Abyss was winning.
I guess we'll move on to best animation. And I won't share the screen this time, but we have best animation. We have Land of the Lustrous, My Hero Academia Season 2, Little Witch Academia, March Comes in Like a Lion Season 2, A Silent Voice, and Miss Kobayashi's. There you go.
Kobayashi's.
Dragon Maid.
Kobayashi's on the main.
You could have just said Dragon Maid.
Dragon Maid.
Also said Dragon Maid.
Yeah.
Miss K's Dragon Maid.
Gee, I wonder what's gonna win.
Also, Land of the Lustrous is here too. I think it deserves best CGI, but maybe not best animation as such.
No.
Yeah, because though I love the CGI aspect, I think there are some, like, maybe still some issues with it, but I just can't pinpoint what.
When you see My Hero Academia, you don't finish an episode and say, "Man, that was great animation." That's not the first thing you think about.
Yeah,
That's what I say when I see like March comes in like a line, because they always like jump cut to like the animation style they're showing is kind of like how the person feels emotionally, and I just love that aspect.
Yeah, that's why March comes in like a lion exists. That's why it exists.
I mean, to me, March Comes Like a Lion season 2 gets the vote basically because I feel that it fulfills its purpose the best. It's hard to animate something to be very good, like emotionally, to get you emotionally invested, and March Comes Like a Lion does that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess
I know my original vote was Land of the Lustrous, but now that I think about it, it's definitely March.
Yeah, March is amazing.
I know that the style has turned some people off March Comes Like a Lion, but I think that once it doesn't
that's the bonus of the series. I feel like that's what it is. Like that's part of the series.
But I bet if you showed someone like an episode, like the first episode, like I think like animation would be the last thing on their mind at that point.
I didn't. Yeah. Because I talked to one of my friends on a podcast on my channel, and like he said, like in the first episode, he enjoyed it so much because there's small details, like when Ray woke up and he opened his like frame window to the balcony, his like the vision of the whole screen got blurry, so to make it like it seems like we're looking through Ray's eyes, and he said like he loves that aspect. Like it's just a small detail, but it's like something really big.
It's small, but it's significant.
Yeah, I kind of wish that anime awards was a little bit more like the Oscars, and I know the Oscars get a little bit more flack, but the people who decide who wins are all. I mean, there's no popular vote there. Things are nominated, and then some experts watch all the anime and come to a conclusion on what they think is best based on how their categories are defined and everything.
I hate to go on a tangent here, but did you hear about the latest drama about how anime fans are pissed at the Oscars because the anime movies are not being nominated for the Oscars?
Yeah.
Really? That sucks.
Like A Silent Voice, some other anime movies, like
your name.
Clearly those that are better. Like for the animated category, apparently they had chosen Boss Baby over A Silent Voice.
Yeah, I'm
what? Boss Baby is garbage.
If somebody more famous, more director who like loves anime and the anime movies and pushed it, maybe Your Name would have won or got nominated.
I think that's kind of the problem just with the anime community in general, because we are so niche now that even the mainstream are just kind of like, puh, you weebs.
I mean, it's getting a little bit more mainstream, like Amazon and Netflix are picking up, but it's
not enough.
It's still niche, definitely.
Like out of all my friends who talk about like anime, they only talk about My Hero Academia because that's the closest thing to American comic products than anything else.
Basically.
Yep.
Speaking of American action comics and stuff, we have the best action nominees.
Yes, best action nominees.
Guess who's gonna win this year?
My Hero Academia. It's late February, right? When they're gonna announce the winners.
I believe so.
I think so.
Let's see. It says that they will do it on the February 24th.
There you go. And we might do
the day after my sister's birthday.
we might do a live feed over it then.
Oh, that would be nice.
I mean, I would love to join you guys again.
Yeah.
See, like by that time, how much we'll be ranting and how much we'll be like, we knew it.
Yeah.
For best action for Attack on Titan, really?
Not even that good.
Yeah.
Even my friends told me that the second season was just meh in comparison to the first.
It wasn't even worth waiting 4 years, was it? Yeah.
I think at least season 3 is already announced, so hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and it's like what, this summer, I believe.
Decided to do that, but apparently season 3 is coming out sometime this year.
Yeah, I think
it's
I've waited so long for it that I'm trying to make it good. It's not.
I had started reading the manga when suddenly I saw the announcement for season 2, and I just stopped after. I was on like 5 chapters, and I just stopped. So,
I stopped watching Attack on Titan after the first episode.
Oh?
Well, you fall in that category, so.
Yeah, I fall into the category of basically screw watching someone's head get bitten off.
So you're not a fan of gore?
I mean, I think I mentioned this in my videos before, but it's more likely than not, I would never ever watch a horror anime or watch horror anything because I don't watch shows to get like jump scared.
Well, you probably didn't watch King's Game then.
Oh hell no! hell no!
Drifters? You have not seen Drifters? That is good. And that
I have no doubt in my mind that those shows are good. Like I've heard a lot of horror anime get a ton of praise. It's just personally I would never watch it.
Yeah, Attack on Titan isn't necessarily horror, but it does have some gruesome moments.
Yeah.
Even still, I would
it's
not.
Gory. It wouldn't be horror.
It's not really horror. I wouldn't say that. Not even close.
It would be action/gore. And not even then. I mean, not every episode has a lot of gore in it.
No.
But after the first episode, I was traumatized.
Fighting elements that people bring up is that it was such a good fight that was plot driven, and we got to know their backstories during this fight. And I'm just thinking, no, that's not the point of the fight. The fight is the fight. It's not the backstories. It's not the emotion. It's the fight. And in terms of just a spectacle of a battle, I don't think anything on this list beats Fate Apocrypha, especially some of the later fights towards the final, 5 or 6 episode had really amazing fights. All the fights were good, but towards the end, they really pulled out all the stops. So it's
I never saw it, so I have no opinion.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I just chose My Hero because, well, that's the only thing that I did watch. And going back to the reason for what makes a good fight scene thing, it's I forgot who said it. Because most of you sound the same, but what makes My Hero Academia so different is that it doesn't follow the cliche action shonen anime fight scenes. I love Fairy Tail, but it's basically the same fight over and over again, and I kind of just fast forward those parts, except for one fight scene when it was Makarov versus Josei, because that was just badass AF. But yeah, My Hero Academia makes it different because the whole goal of the fights are for these hero students to find out either why they want to become heroes, and second, for Deku to get stronger and to use his powers right.
I think what I like
what makes My Hero different.
I think what I like about My Hero so much is it takes a cliche, but it turns a twist on it, like how Izuku, he is the cliche of I'm powerless, but then I get powers, but they put a twist on it where makes him really lovable and likable at the end. So I think that's another thing that's fun to say.
Well, let's stop this drama and go to the next section. Best drama.
I wish.
That was the best segue I ever heard in my life.
I'm not sure what Maiden Abyss actually is doing here because it's more adventure.
There is drama element.
Yeah, there's drama elements in it.
Every anime has drama elements,
but
it's a lot more.
It's a lot more dramatic than it is
because
adventure.
There's the dramatic expectations of what Rico and Reg and what's gonna happen next. It's oh shit, there's this monster in front of them. What are they gonna do? It's all those type of drama aspects.
Yeah. And that's why I love that show.
Yeah, to me, defining drama is important here because to me, it's all about how the characters interact and the personal drama.
And that's why I think March and Maiden Abyss are going to go head to head because they do both of those extremely well.
Let's start with our jokes and go with best comedy.
Oh dear God, we don't know what's gonna win.
Miss Cait Dragon's Maid, Mr. Otsumatsu Season 2, Little Witch Academia, Konosuba season 2.
Konosuba.
No.
Konosuba.
No
No,
offense, but
Konosuba.
screw Konosuba.
Thank you.
Gamers and Dura children.
This should have been the drama section because we are in disagreement.
Konosuba is the god. It's
I'm
amazing.
surprised Aho Girl was not on here.
Aho Girl is trash. That is the
No,
worst thing.
Aho
It might
Girl
be
was
trash.
complete,
It might be
and I
trash,
think this
but
is
it's
the
hilarious.
first time I'm actually using an actual curse word in this like live stream. Aho Girl was complete shit.
I thought it was hilarious. It was so stupid that it was that good.
It's dumb. Yeah, I hate it. I like the first. What is it, like 5 minutes an episode?
Yeah, it's a short series, so yeah, it was like 5 minutes.
Like the first 30 seconds,
less.
I wanted to kill myself.
Me
First
too.
30 seconds,
Thank
I was
you,
like,
Ray.
I was like,
Thank
"Are
you,
serious?"
Ray.
I thought it was
It's
hilarious.
literally like it's like this. It's like joke, and
Fan
then
service,
nudity,
joke,
and then another
fan
joke, and another
service,
joke.
joke.
It's like so quick. It's like fast paced, and it's like I have no time to react to this. Like it's like
It's very fan service based, which kind of ruins the comedy.
Yeah, like I kind of expected Aho Girl to have some more intelligence because I mean, my first thought was, hey, like maybe the actual title is just a play on like this girl's like actual personality. Oh, it's a play, all right. It's a obvious, completely watered down like turn of something that could have been extremely clever. I think it was more slice of life than it was comedy.
Yeah,
I found it really.
There was a comedy to it. I mean, it was kind of dry comedy, kind of like The Office, but it was comical.
Hey, that's why I hate The Office.
I don't like The Office either, but I do love to do children.
I want a Girls Last Tour. It needs more recognition.
I actually think that Girls Last Tour is going to win Slice of Life.
Out of all of this,
Suki needs some love.
You know what? I've read Girls Last Tour, the first 2 volumes. I wasn't really. I mean, I like it. It was good, but it wasn't like the best.
The show is better.
It's probably
really good.
No, honestly though, if we're gonna be realistic, I think Girls Last Tour is going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing got nominated for anything.
Yeah. But I want Tsukigakure to win something. If it was in Best Romance, God. If they had Best Romance, I would have voted for that.
Oh my god, I think there were like a couple good contenders for Best Romance.
Yeah. Like MMO Junkie also gives it a run for its money because it also breaks cliches.
Oh, it broke so many cliches. That's why I love that show in comparison to everything else.
And I just love how relatable it is to me as a gamer. It was like, God, I've seen that too many times.
It relates to me as almost like a social outcast, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's continuing series.
March comes in like a lion.
I don't understand why All Out's in here. I literally said it in my video. I have no idea why All Out is in there. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I didn't even know that was a continuing thing.
I don't know.
I've never seen All Out. I'm not one for it.
They could have done Weak Beers. They could have done Blue Exorcist. They could have done Gintama. They could have done.
No,
like, do you remember like the first time we saw the anime poster for season 1 of All Out? Like my reaction was like looking at the poster, I'm like, nice ass, and that was it.
I watched the series. It's not a bad series, but it's not great.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a sports anime. What do you expect?
Dragon Ball Super did a good job, especially after Dragon Ball GT did a bad job with continuing.
Oh yeah, the infamous GT.
Yeah, that's a different universe. You don't talk about GT.
No one talks about GT. What is that? I don't understand.
Rule number 1 of Dragon Ball GT, no one talks about it.
Yeah, probably One Piece would have probably beat Naruto if it was face to face with them.
If it was only those 2 shows, One Piece would definitely win because no one wants to tolerate Naruto.
Of course not. That's why they ended it.
I also went with Mori Mori because, like, out of all the female characters that we've gotten this year, like, Mori Mori had to be, like, somewhat most developed.
Yeah.
She's really relatable.
You have not watched The Ancient Magus' Bride and understood and loved Chisa like I have.
I'm sorry, it's boring!
I've seen
Whoa. Did you call Ancient Magus' Bride boring?
Like, I tried reading the manga, but I couldn't get through it.
The music is great.
No. Wait. Don't watch the anime. There's an OVA that's 3 episodes. Watch the OVAs and then tell me what you think.
Fine, fair enough.
Because the OVAs, it felt like a Ghibli movie to me. It felt amazing.
Okay, I'll take your word on it.
On the subject of Best Boy, Kazuma is there. Why?
I know, right? He's
Why Konosuba?
Yeah. I don't know. he's a pervert, so I don't know why he's considered best boy.
Because he's a boy, he's not a man.
I feel like this whole best boy thing is like arguing between either best boy meaning best boy character or best husbando. And I can see like people calling Kazuma from Konosuba husbando in a way.
Yeah.
Also, why is Tanya a villain too? She's not really a villain.
Guys,
she's kind of like an anti-hero in a sense.
Yeah, I mean she's the villain of her own show, but I would actually have dared to say that the god character from that show is probably the villain. He's the villain. He's the one that forces Tanya out.
You know what? I'm kind of mad that the villain from Recreators is not on the list because he was amazing.
I think we can all agree that Tanya is like on this almost the same level as Light Yagami in a sense.
Yeah, but he's not,
just a little bit more crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not comparing Tanya to Death Note by any means of the word.
We're both evil in their own way.
Exactly.
Best manga because apparently no one else but me read these.
Well, excuse me for not catching up with the latest manga trends.
I count March Comes in the Line because season 1 ended in 2017, so I still count it as it being in 2017.
I mean, season 2's still going in the now, so why would it even be here?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but
because if they just said March Comes in like a line, then it would be more fair to say it's like, oh, they're saying season 1.
Yeah,
because I think
if they were to describe it as a general series, maybe, but the fact that they said season 2, I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
I mean, I won't say that it's not amazing. It is amazing, but
I would give.
I mean, I love it, but would I consider it anime of the year? Like, technically, no.
And here's the thing: the Anime Awards is gonna be an annual thing. We know My Hero Academia is gonna come out with a new season next year.
So does that mean that My Hero Academia is gonna be in every single Anime Awards ever?
Until it ends, it might actually, and that's my worry. We'll see.
I mean, unless they get different people to judge them, then probably My Hero Academia will come back next year. But if they have like bigger YouTubers to pick it, like the Anime Man or Misty Cronexia,
Lost Pause,
or Akidiris.
Akidiris, yeah. Well,
but have those guys judge.
Yeah.
Well, have like the legit people judge.
Let's be honest. The one who's gonna win is My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Which is complete bull because let me say right now that the first time I ever saw like the anime poster on my anime list for Made in Abyss, I probably had the same reaction as to everybody else that thought this show was going to be like moe fantasy ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I thought
the very moment I started watching it, it completely blew my expectations out of the water.
I mean, I've only seen the first episode of Made in Abyss, like I said before, and I think it deserves Anime of the Year.
Honestly, I kind of want to change my answer to Much Comes Like a Line. I want to do.
Come on!
I want to do Bakure because I don't know. It was probably one of the best romances I've seen in my life in a long time.
Hey.
Like Made in Abyss is, I also it's definitely the biggest surprise of the year. I feel because I think everybody went in just expecting this child-friendly, happy-go-lucky adventure thing, and what we get is just
no spoilers.
But then did you watch? I'm forgetting if it's either episode 9 or episode 10. That's when people's expectations really get blown.
Oh, you mean with
episode
the
10, yes, I know what you're talking about
right now, but just that episode made people like, oh my god.
It's not a spoiler.
We can talk about it later.
Let's just say that to everyone listening, episode 10, steal yourself. It's going to get nasty.
It was kind of like when Madoka Magica pulled in episode 3. Or episode 4, I forgot.
I think it's even more. It's just so much worse in many ways, but it's what makes the show good. It's what makes
that's what makes the show like not. It's like one of those shows like you expect it to be one thing, but that it's completely not.
Yeah, definitely.